mentioned training. With that, we'll go ahead and open up for questions.
I can get started. I just want to ask, compared, you just got back from your first leg, now going into Santa Barbara, what are going to be the differences between that first leg for St. Lucie and now heading to Santa Barbara?
Yeah, the first leg was about concept with no structure. So what does it mean, no structure? It's all about no system. It's all about cues. Where is the ball? What do we do? The shape and defensively, offensively. And so the second leg is going to be about the structure. So if we build up, if we try to unbalance, if we try to how many players inside the box, and defensively is going to be how to defend the halfway line and outside the box and the box. So this is the idea, but more structure during that.
I know you mentioned getting back to the basics, especially after winning the championships. You guys have to make sure you get back to the basics and don't think too much about last season. Can you just go a little deeper when you say something like that? Like, what did back to the basics look like for you?
Is what we did last week. Go back with the last year in terms of concept. Sorry, we reached I would say 0 to 10, the 6 out of 10 I would say. So in terms of level, so last week we went back to the first one, and after that, but we didn't spend a lot of time on the first one, just reminders, and after that, can we go to the 7 level instead of the 10, instead of the 6 level? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the formations and stuff, like number of people playing and everything.
No, this is more about the complexity of the exercise.
Okay.
Yeah, more about the complexity of the exercise. So go back to the simple exercise, and after that, go back with the simple exercise for the first week, and after that, the second week, we were able to reach the complex exercise already. Last year, we stayed, I don't know, maybe 3-4 weeks on the simple exercise. So this is the big difference. So that's why go back to the basics. This is what that does it mean for me in terms of with the ball and without the ball.
And it's nice for you as a coach to see like how much faster you guys were able to get there compared to last season.
No, this is good. This is good. Obviously, I'm really pleased of the all guys are fit, except 2 or 3, but they were not with us last year. So, but we are ahead at the present moment. I don't know what is going to happen in 2 months, but at the present moment, we are ahead compared to last year. So in terms of fitness-wise, in terms of obviously the way we play and so on. So this is good for me because there is an evolution. The idea is to give them more tools with the ball and without the ball. So I'm pleased with the staff to do it a little bit earlier. So this is good for us. This is good also for them because this is a normal step regarding what we did last year. But again, last year it's last year. We are still champions, yes, but last year is last year, and the idea is to get better as a player and as a person.
And what do you do for those 2 or 3 guys you said who need to get caught up? How do you as a coach help them catch up to speed and make sure they are ready and are fit for when opening day comes?
Oh, I have to say that national team did a good job in terms of preseason. They came back fit, no problem with that. So now they are happy to come back also. So nothing special. Everything is set, and I have no concern regarding the fitness with those players. So everything is okay.
But what about the ones who you mentioned who just came back?
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Oh, but this is a new player, so they didn't know. They didn't know in terms of intensity because we don't train. We train in a certain way. So the idea is to give them time. So we have a plan for them, and the idea is to present them the plan for them to understand what we want, and after that is try to adjust depending what we see in terms of fitness, day to day, and also in terms of everything. But
one of the last things I want to ask is you mentioned that you were happy to have some of the crew 2 guys with you. Why is that important having them here, even if they aren't on the first team, but getting that exposure to the intensity that you train with and everything?
Yes, yes. For me, this is really important. This is something that I will do every time because not only the preseason, but last year I think last year we had also many players from the reserve team with us, and this year this is the same. So the preseason, sorry, this is not an evaluation. This is more to see what we need, what they need to keep doing, and after that we'll see during the season how they're going to be able to improve, and we'll see. But this I don't like when because I used to do it also, but you know when this is the preseason and this is a kind of evaluation for the guy from the reserve team. No, I don't like that. This is more about the improvement, you know, during the season, and after that, if I see something really interesting during the preseason, yes, I have no problem to go quicker, but at the same time, try to find the balance.
Thank you.
Coach, Derek Jones, one of the players coming in.
Mhm.
What impresses you the most about him in your system?
We had a meeting with him maybe 1 week after when we started, and after the meeting was already trying to apply what he was struggling with. So in terms of recognize to go forward, body position, try to play under pressure. So he's really good, as we know, in terms of he's a beast, and he's really good for that. And now he really coachable. He's really coachable, and he's able to put himself in danger. And this is something that I like. And it's been really interesting since this meeting.
You talk about, having the crew 2 players up here, seeing what they can improve on, to get up to the first team.
Mm-hmm.
What has impressed you the most out of those players that you have up here training?
Open their eyes and try to do it. And Tara, for me, this is the best example. I don't like to name one player, but I have to do it with Tara because I forgot that he's only 17 years old, or 18, I think today. 18 years old today, this is his birthday. But big personality. And for me, to succeed and to be consistent, this is a quality that you should have, and Dara has that. So with the ball, yes, but also without the ball. We don't wrestle a lot, when we do the practice. Sometimes the players, they are not happy with that, but he was able to handle, the pressure, and I really enjoy to see that. So good for him, and the other guys try to also to apply what we do, but maybe for the other guy they need a little bit more time. It depends. But I'm happy with what I've seen so far.
And you also got the draft picks that are up here training right now.
Mm-hmm.
What's impressed you? Not only impressed, but what have you seen out of them as far as like some of their strengths and weaknesses?
I would say obviously he's really athletic, and he's a proper forward. He likes to score goals when he has a possibility to finish the action. He's gonna try to do it. After that, he has to get better in terms of a link-up play, because the way we play, there is a lot of link-up. But for the moment, he's been with us, and he showed a few things interesting. So he needs time also to adjust himself.
Last year, you talked about when the players get called up to the national teams that you have higher expectations when they come back.
Mm-hmm.
What's your expectations now for Sean and Patrick getting their first, call-ups to that camp?
Consistency. You know, consistency, this is a key word for me because they know what is the high level with the national team. So it was a dream come true, I would say. And I told them that you have to remind yourself the long path to get there. And the idea is the process behind that. So what can you do to stay at this level? So on the pitch, obviously, but also off the pitch, because more solicitation, more people around, a lot of things that they have to control, new contract, so new money, a lot of new things. So for me, it's all about. I like to see when there is something new with a player. I like to see how he's gonna be able to adjust himself before talking. I don't like to talk just to talk. So the idea is, ask me the question in 1 month, and we'll tell you.
Well, last one for me, Coach. Friday night, the Crew Academy had their UPSL game against St. Louis, and on the broadcast, they were talking about your system coming down on all three teams.
Mm-hmm.
As a coach, how does that make you feel that on all three levels that you can plug and play any player into your system?
With a lot of humility, I came here for that because it was the part of the project also. As you know, I have a background. I'm talking like a student now. The academy, and the vision of the club is to have alignment and coherence. So the idea is to help the club with my staff and all the coaches and the front office to have the same language, I would say. But in the in different language, we have I don't know if my English is gonna be good. We have dialects.
Yep.
So this is the idea. So the big picture is language, and after that, dialects is what they can do within each team to use the same language, but with nuances. And because I'm going to give you an example. This is not because for the moment we play with a back three that I expect that all the teams going to play with a back three. No, for me, I don't believe on that. I believe more on the concept with the ball and without the ball. So I'm pleased with that. We are going to the right direction, and also we buy time because the idea is to develop players, is to be contender, yes, but it's also to develop players and also to sell them in the future. So what tool that we have to use to help those players to get better? So this is all about this structure, yes.
Coach, do you have any goals that you set forth in camp for the season, or do you handle that kind of differently in any way?
I'm going to wait Steven, because Steven is not with us for the moment. But yes, I'm going to have a meeting with my players talking about what happened last year and what is the future. But the goal will not change. This is about how we can become a better me. So the better me is going to be regarding what we did last year, not about the winning parts, but about how we can improve the way we play, how we can improve our mental aspect, and so on. The focus is going to be on that, and the results we'll see.
Go ahead, Dave.
I just want to ask about Sean. In your eyes, how has he developed and grown, gotten mature as a player and also as maybe a leader on the pitch?
He's a quiet leader, but at the same time, I cannot say it now because this is not good, but he likes to compete. He likes to compete, and this is something that I like with him because he seems to be the guy, relaxed, but when he's on the pitch, he doesn't mind who he's going to face, he's going to compete. So for me, this is a really good quality. And Sean is, this is one of the examples of a player that we don't have to tell him a lot of things. We have to wait the moment to tell him something to help him to get better, because already he's able to adjust himself, to teach himself, and to get better as a person and also as a player. And my job with the staff is to recognize the moment and the tool when he's gonna need us. So this is the way I see it. But he likes to compete, so I like it.
Would you like him to be a little less quiet when it comes to maybe being a leader and helping the players?
No, I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, we have Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid. This is a quiet leadership, and he won. And we have Mourinho, and this is more, and he won also. And in terms of players, this is the same. So for me, you have to be true to who you are. And if he feels it's good like this, now we have to recognize the moments to help him to get better at certain things. But I'm okay with that.
Wilfried, as you've said many times, and it's a typical European outlook, I'd say the regular season championship, the Supporters' Shield, carries more weight for you. As you look ahead this season, you're going to be playing in 47 to 50 tournaments, or 60 games, all kinds of different cups up for grabs. What is your philosophy as you approach each one, as they fit into the regular season and as you look forward to the playoffs?
To be honest with you, I won't change with that, because I try to think about it, but it's game after game. Sorry to be redundant, but it's all about a new game is going to be a new story. And the only thing that I can tell you is I would like one day to win the Supporter Shield. Yes, I would like, because for me this is about consistency during the season, knowing that we're gonna have during the season 34 games, something like that. So it's true that for me, this is something that it counts. But now, when it's gonna happen, I don't know. If this is not my objective. My objective is this season is to reach 13 and between 13 and 15 wins, and after that we're gonna see the last game. We're gonna be able to push to win something or to get something. This is the idea.
It is a logistical challenge, though. Is that something you've thought about, given the sheer number of games and the number of players that you're going to have to?
Yes, but I think in terms of numbers of players, we're okay with that. Maybe in the future, I would like to add maybe 1 or 2 players. We'll see, depending the opportunity. But it's true that I think that we did a few research regarding that, and this is not about how many players that you're gonna have to compete in every competition. This is about how many core players you're gonna have to compete in the whole competition. So I don't have the magic numbers, but I can tell you that again, I cannot compare, because this is Europe and this is MLS. But usually this is between 22 and 20, between 22 and 25 players. But within that, can we have 16, 17 players, core players? This is the idea. So again, this is not an exact number. This is something that I'm leaning towards that, because I feel good with that. I don't like big numbers, because this is difficult to involve everyone, and small numbers, as you know, this is difficult. So we have to find the good numbers depending the season and depending how many games that we're gonna have.
Okay, time for a couple more. Go to guests on.
Yeah, hello coach.
Hello.
So it's been a couple of weeks already that the preseason started. We're halfway there to the beginning of the regular season. I wanted to ask you, do you already have, or are you already shaping in your mind an initial 11, or not yet?
No, impossible. No, the way I see the game is this is not about 11 players. This is about the core players, and for the moment we have a 21 player sign, and I'm happy with that. And after that, it's gonna be, we're gonna have maybe, last year in 8 weeks we had 8 games. This year in 8 weeks we're gonna have I hope 15 games. So I cannot play with the same 11, and so. But the idea is, yes, to get maximum players involved to be able to compete in every competition. But to have an 11 players, no, not for the moment.
I also wanted to ask you, from the recent signs, people who came in last year, recently in the past couple months, I remember you talked about adapting to your system, adapting to the group. Are there any new players that surprise you in the way how they caught your system or they understood what you want from the game?
Not impressed because I think the way we try to settle everything allows new players to fit in what we want to do. So the idea, my job is to create this environment for the new players to be as quick as possible in what we do. So all the new players feel good. They understood what we want to do. After that, the execution. This is another topic. But I'm pleased with what I've seen so far.
Thanks, go ahead and close out, Brianna.
Thank you.
Obviously you don't handle anyone's contracts or anything, but I did want to ask your thoughts on the Kevin situation and him not returning with the team.
No, listen, Kevin, we had a discussion, obviously, and life is about moment, and it was the moment for him to see something different. So I'm really happy about what he did last year. I'm really happy also the way he finished because it was not easy for him, and I was also it was difficult for me because he's a really good player, really good player, but with his knee injury, something it was difficult for him, but he was all the time able to come back. And for me, this is a really good example. So this is a new chapter for him, and I hope that he's gonna enjoy it. And yeah, this is our job. But he's happy for the moment, and this is the most important.